You no doubt have errors in your listings right now. This keeps your sales down. I'm going to show you why. I don't mean errors like typos, misspellings, wrong categories, things like that, which can hurt your sales. I'm talking major errors that eBay will announce error messages on those listings if you just knew how to produce those messages. This is critical. You won't know this from anyone else. You haven't heard people warn you how to find your errors. I'm about to show you. It takes about 20 minutes. That's the process. I wish I could do it shorter. There's not a lot of extra talking. It's just the way it works. You need to know how to get rid of your errors. You'll see it happens on older listings. Why is that? Why does it happen generally only on older listings? They haven't sold because of the errors. That's why they're old listings. It's because those listings have item specifics errors or other errors that eBay is trying to warn you about. We just don't know how, and eBay doesn't make it easy to find these errors. They're still for sale. eBay tanked the search results. These are old listings because of the errors. You've got to fix them. Or you just have a bunch of listings with a bunch of errors that you'll never know about, and they probably won't sell. That's not good. I know you don't want that. And I know how much you like looking at me, but there's a problem with the resolution of me talking down below. Don't let that worry you. I know you'd rather just watch me all day, but it's more important you fix your listings. You have any questions or comments? Please post them below. I answer everything, and a lot of people in our group help answer as well. Get ready to find a bunch of problems with your listings that you didn't know about. Okay, let's start this. I have found problems with my accounts. I have multiple selling accounts. In general, there's no reason to have multiple selling accounts. I have found a way to locate errors in all my accounts in listings that I thought were perfect. This happens because eBay changes some things over time, and they change item specifics. If you've been on eBay even 2.5 or 3 years, you know that your item specifics can change. They can make some required that used to be recommended. If you don't fill them in, if before when they were just recommended, if you left them blank, when they become required, you have to fill them in. If you don't do that, your listings just don't show. eBay lets us know that. But that's not all that's going on here. Some more item specifics can change in that they will remove an option that they allowed before, or they'll add an option to a certain specific item specific, or they will lower the number of characters allowed in certain ones. Also, they change shipping things related to shipping from time to time, and that changes your listings and actually produces errors. You have to do something special to find them. It dawned on no one in eBay, no pro anywhere, that we need to start doing what I'm about to show you on a routine schedule, a maintenance schedule, so that we always know where errors are in our listings. And these are technical errors. These are errors that eBay really takes seriously, and they're saying you've really got a problem with this listing. This something special is never documented. What's documented is just, oh, and if you see this error, you need to fix this. But they don't tell you, you need to do this to find your errors. Now, if I don't have absolute assurance from eBay that these errors will lower our ranks in the search engine. I always tell you when it's my opinion versus it's fact. This is my strong, educated opinion that if you have these listings with errors, these listings will be dropped in the search engine by far. If you owned eBay, would you allow a listing that had a listing error or more than one listing error, or a bad shipping policy of some kind, or an item specific that was just all messed up? Would you allow that seller for that item to have the same high rank as another good seller that doesn't have those errors? No, you're going to rank the one without errors, way above any with errors. You don't want your buyers to have a bad experience. I have no doubt that this is really harming on these listings our search engine rank. What I'm about to show you, I suggest nobody knows this. Even very advanced veteran sellers understand what I'm about to show you, and they have seen it before, but it never dawned on them. Oh, this is something I should take seriously. So I have brought up this is my personal account. I've got about 900 listings in this right now, and I'm going to show you how to generate this. I'm assuming I've got some errors. I have fixed these recently, but I think a few more have popped up. And this is another thing, is once you fix them all, you need to redo this process because some new ones might appear. And here's what you do. Go to Seller Hub and go to Active Listings and click Edit All Your Listings. Don't do Selected, edit all, however many listings you have. If you've got 34 listings in your account, then this will say Edit All 34 Listings. I want you to click that. And that will tell eBay, I want to change every single listing in my inventory. Warning, warning, up front. Don't just willy-nilly click and change and type stuff here. You need to be very careful at each step of the process, or you could change every listing in your inventory to something that you didn't really mean to change it to, and there's no undo command for all this. We're dealing with fire here, but we're also dealing with a powerful way to find out if we've got problem listings that we can't find any other way. So if you get something like this, you've done a bulk edit recently that you didn't complete, not even recently, maybe in your lifetime on this account. Generally you do continue, don't do finish previously. eBay remembered that where you left it and said you can continue the last one you tried, but don't do that. Just click the blue, the default button is blue, continue, click continue. And that makes all of your listings appear on this screen, and it takes a few seconds depending on how many listings. Some of you have probably 1,000 or 2,000 listings. It's going to take you a little bit longer. What we're looking for is for this. There we go. That came up a little quicker than I expected. Okay, I think I have perfect listings. I'm not saying everything's spelled properly. I'm not saying every picture is crystal clear, but they're all good. I certainly don't think I have any errors whatsoever. I would just tell you, before I started really testing and looking into this, before I realized this, I would have gone, no, I don't have any listings like that. I know what I'm doing. eBay allowed me to edit my entire inventory, and I can just click here and make an edit to a bunch of stuff. I can change allow offers to don't allow offers. I can change anything, basically, shipping policy or whatever. If you want to change shipping policy, you can't do it here. You can change some of these, and you can change the title here, but in order to change things like shipping policies, you have to bring this bulk edit to a drop-down box down. This isn't what we're doing, so be careful. I'm just showing you, if you ever want to globally change something, you bring the bulk edit down, and you can do things like add charity to every one of your listings, or change the duration, change the starting price if they're all auctions or whatever. Package shipping policy, maybe you want to make everything priority shipping for some odd reason. Maybe you sell very similar items and you just messed up your policy. You want to change everything in one fell swoop. Whatever you do, you can change all items. Or you could just go through and select 20, because maybe you have 20 that need changes and you don't want to edit them individually. So you do bulk edit. But what we care about is eBay is telling me I've got 2 errors in my listings. I'm not bragging. 2 out of 902 listings, pretty good, but keep in mind, I've been working with this across my accounts, and I've been fixing a few. I would say if I had done this a week ago, probably there'd be 9 or 10 or 11. But I wanted to keep some. I intentionally kept these just because I wouldn't have anything to show you if I didn't. eBay is telling me that at least 11 and 1. I think I have 11 listings. I just saw these numbers in parentheses. I didn't see these before. I think I have 11 listings with this error. And what you want is scroll through all your items until this blue becomes a red exclamation point. Wherever one of those falls, if it's not blue but it's red, that has this problem. Let's go through. Now all I do is kind of put the cursor, say here, and I scroll a page at a time by clicking on this blank spot. I usually just click in this blank space and go down. The lowest one we see is Liberty Falls age 28, so I'm going to click here, and it's now at the top. And all I'm doing is I'm going to scroll through. Oh, by the way, the best thing to see are these dashes. That's the best thing. An exclamation point that's blue means this is kind of an informational problem. If I click it, I know what it's going to say, that if the item sells by a best offer, you will not be able to require immediate payment. Well, I know that because for 3 years now, eBay's promised us that we'll all get immediate payments. Oh, well, fool us once, shame on you. Fool us 3 years in a row, shame on us. We don't believe it till we see it. So far, eBay, if someone wins an auction, they don't have to pay immediately. And eBay is telling us with the blue check mark, look, if they accept an offer, they may not pay right away. And my payment policy says immediate payment. Well, that's only if it's a buy it now. A dash means there's no problem whatsoever. A blue exclamation point means my payment policy says I want immediate payment, and eBay's just telling me, and I can click on this, you won't always get immediate payment. Okay, I hope that makes sense. We want a blue exclamation point or a dash. That means no problem, not even a warning. Blues or warnings. We want to find one of these red ones and fix the problem. So I'm going to scroll another. Stop the tape, stop the tape. I'm interrupting my video. I was going to scroll through all looking for the red, but I realized I need to show you the shortcut. There's a much faster way that seems obvious, but I need to show you. You can scroll through all of your inventory and find it. That takes a while when you've got 902 items. Or you can just click these boxes and it'll show you exactly those. It is 11 and it is 1. So 11 items have this problem and 1 item has this problem. So let's just look at the 1. Okay, I'm going to click that red box and it's going to bring up the 1 item that has that problem, and it's this mid-century ashtray. Let's see what it says. There are 2 problems, not really only one, right? The first of this exclamation that's red is, if this item sells by best offer, you will not be able to require immediate payment. I'm told just an informational thing, not an error. It's okay. This is the error. My modification description's value of the artist who hand-painted this beautiful gem, etched his name on the back, is too long. Enter a value of no more than 65 characters. This tells me an item specific allowed me to type a longer description for something, and I typed a very nice description. And I've told you before, I like to use the word gem for anything I sell. This beautiful gem of a vintage book, but I have an item description too long. It says that no more than 65 characters. What I typed must take more than 65 characters. I typed it too long. Now, how did eBay allow me to create this listing and cram 70, 80 characters into a 65 character? eBay just wouldn't allow that these days, because if it's only 65 characters, I can type in on the 65th character, it's not taken anymore. But they have changed this item specific, that went away. It's changed. Whatever item description this is, they lowered the value from 80 or 90 or however many characters they used to allow down to 65, and my old description's too long, and eBay says, we don't like this. This is an error. This is not just a nice warning. This is an error that I need to fix. So what I'm going to do is click this edit button. You don't have to do that. I'm just going to click edit button, and it's going to go through, and I've got to find where this thing is. There it is. It's in a required item specific. No, I don't know if this is required or not. But here it is, modification description. The artist who hand-painted this beautiful, etched his name on the back. I don't even know why I put that there. This is like an added, this had to have been either a required or a recommended item specific at one point, and now it's optional. And I probably just filled it in to tell them more information. I don't like it anymore. Anytime you see these X's, you can delete an item specific. This generally means, unless you added your own, which I don't generally do. I don't like adding my own item specifics. I don't think that helps us a lot. Modified item, yes or no. These had to have been either recommended or required item specifics when I created this listing. And this one only allows 65 characters, but back then it must have allowed 80 or something. I don't know. I have 2 choices. I can either shorten this, delete the artist who hand painted, I guess that my underline says that's should be maybe, I can't even really edit. There's just, I've used so many spaces, I can't even add a hyphen or anything. So etched his name on the back. So I don't care about this anymore. It's not required. It's not even optional. It's a made up item specific. Now, it didn't used to be. I'm just going to click the X and delete it. I'm going to click the X and delete this too. It's not a it doesn't matter. So there aren't many item specifics here, but it's a weird category, and there just aren't many item specifics on all categories. But I'm going to go down now and click save, or you can't see it, but there's a blue button down here that says done. I'm actually going to try and show it to you. There's me. So before I had to shrink my screen before you couldn't see that this blue button done was down here. Now that was not always blue until you make a change and eBay actually updates. This isn't blue. Let me make a change here. Let me change this to 6.6, which is, see, it's not done yet. See, done is not blue until it saves whatever change you made. This does not turn blue. Actually surprised I did 6.7. Usually I do 6.6 or 6.1 or 5.1 or 10.1. I don't usually go that high, but sometimes I do. But anyway, once the button is blue, that means save this item. And hopefully, because that item specific is not over 65 characters anymore, we will not have that error on this item. Sometimes it sticks. Look at that. from red to blue. Hallelujah. I don't care that this is a payment warning that the buyer may not be able to pay me. Let's actually look at that payment policy, shall we? Let me go edit it and scroll down again and show you my payment policy. Obviously says, where is it? Immediate payment policy. So I have an immediate payment required, but eBay's just saying, look, you require immediate payment. We'll be glad to require immediate payment as long as it's not an auction, but they don't always say that in those messages. So I have just reduced the number by 1/12. I had 11 plus 1 error. Now I've just got 11. Okay, so I'm going to click that and look at all 11 violations of another one that has too many item specifics. I bet it's going to be a very similar thing. But I'm going to just edit one. We'll take, I don't know, this. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to find one. I like all these. I'm going to just edit this one. Okay, we're looking for, I'm going to fix all of these, but I needed to show you. I'm going to edit this one. It takes a second to bring it up. My wife's on a Zoom video call, her Bible study on Tuesday nights, and so it's going to be slower, our internet connection. There it is. That's another one of those. This is very common. Another one of those bundles. Bundle description, custom bundle, yes. Okay, these two item specifics are no longer part of whatever category. When you edit this way, it doesn't show you the category. I should have looked in the big list. It would tell on that table that we were just at, but it doesn't show the category I'm selling this in. And this category just happens to not have bundle description and custom bundle. So this bundle description, now I could keep that, but it's limited to 65 characters, and I've obviously used more than 65. I don't know how many, but more. Maybe I can just change this to 4. No, it's not even, I can't do any. I'm just going to delete these. I don't care about that. Okay, it's not needed. I don't care about it. Notice done is not blue yet, but as soon as it's blue, there I am again. Handsome devil, right? There it's blue, so I'm going to click done, and this 11 should drop to 10, and it did. That's how you fix these one at a time. I want you to fix all. Now, I'm going to go back to bulk edit. Let's see. What do I want to do? I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to fix all these. I'll be right back. Okay, I edited them all. All the reds went to blue exclamation, which is perfectly fine, or a dash. There are no more reds. And sure enough, my messages up here are gone. So what you do now is submit all 902. The thing is, 11 or 12 are the only ones I changed, right? I didn't change all 902. I don't know of any way to do it other than submit all of them. It has to resubmit the entire inventory because that's what you brought in. I want to edit everything. That's the only way to make eBay scan your entire inventory to see if you have any of these errors. I'm going to click submit and click submit, and it's going to submit them to my inventory. I'm going to let that process. It takes a few seconds. Let me pause this for a second. Okay, it finally finished. And then it said 902 listings are now live. But remember, we only changed 10 or 11 or 12. Be careful when you do this that you don't inadvertently change something else, okay? Really go at this more slowly than I did. So I'm going to click done. Let me pause this because this will take a second to update also after I click done. Okay, now we're back. Now remember, just from your normal, if only eBay needs to tell us this on our seller hub. These are your errors. They need to tell us, but they're not. They might someday. I don't know. No sellers know to do this. No sellers regularly every month check their listings to see where the errors are because item specifics are changing all the time. Sometimes shipping changes can cause these red flags, and I may have one here in a minute. I want to show you. The next step is you're not done yet. You need to do it all one more time. Sometimes it will find errors on the second pass that it didn't find on the first. It's really frustrating. Now that I'm showing you this, it may not, okay? But I'm hoping that it finds some more. So I'm going to click edit all 902 listings because that's what I happen to have in this accounts inventory right now. Edit all listings, and let's see if any errors appear. Takes it a minute. I think right now it's scanning for errors. Okay, none. I'm telling you, the first few times you do this, you will see new errors appear. Why it doesn't show us all of them to begin with, I don't know. I was hoping we would get another few. I mean, I don't want errors in my inventory, but not even my personal inventory. But I mean, I sell a few things in here for other people, but generally it's just personal stuff. But I don't want any errors, but I want to know if there are errors. I want to see them. I was hoping it would find another batch, and they will be different from that first batch. Often this is when my shipping errors appear. I'll tell you a common one. I don't know why, for some reason, somehow I forget to put the dimensions of the package whenever I create a listing. I don't know how that happens. I mean, it's not like me because I measure every single item and I know how much packaging is needed, and I just put dimensions in all my listings. But Obviously I don't, because here I might get 5 or 6. Even at 902 items, I'll find 5 or 6. It'll just show me shipping errors, red exclamation points, not nice blue ones, but red ones. And I'll go to edit, we'll do all this process again. I'll look at it, and it won't have any dimensions for my shipping. It'll just be blank. It could be oversized. It could be 50 inches long, and it's going to incur an oversized charge, but it's not going to tell my buyer that it's oversized because I didn't put dimensions in there to say it's oversized. And so it really causes problems. You want to fix these. You want to fix every one of these always. You don't ever want this to happen. I think monthly we should be doing this. Every time we do this, we will have no errors because you're going to fix all of them out. You're going to take care of all the errors. Fix them all. No red exclamation points. And then you're fine. Your whole inventory has none of these errors. How many sellers do that? Oh, statistically, 0 sellers. How many sellers are you going to tell about this? None, if they're not in our group. We don't want to help our competition. It's such zero guilt to tell others about this group. No one knows about this. I've never seen this anywhere, and I keep up. I'm in a lot of paid groups too on eBay, and they're bad. None of them are worth what I pay for it. None of them. I like to know what the competition's doing. We are the competition. We don't have competition. We don't. And so this is for you to cherish and fix your items. I think you do it every month. Once you do this, the first time be very careful, slow, and methodical, and then do it one more time as I've shown you, because new errors will appear the first time or two you do this. And then after that, no problem. Just do it monthly, and you'll fly through it. Okay, you'll find some almost every month, probably, because eBay's always changing stuff. But it's not going to be like the first time that you do this if you have a lot of items. Now, what you do whenever you come up finally, and you do this again, and you do this again, when you come up with no errors up here, you say cancel edits, and that just does away with it. That's the reason you're here. This is to see this sort of thing and fix slow listings that have got to be low in the ranks. Your error listings, eBay's not going to reward those with high search results. Your sales will improve, and if you find 40 or 50 of these, and if you've got fewer items in your inventory than this account, 900, you're really going to see results. Even if 40 or 50 or so, it doesn't have to be all, it won't be all your items, but you're going to see those items start to sell again. We don't want errors. We want to be perfect. We don't want competition. We are the competition. That's why you're here. That's why you will continue to be here. You can't miss this stuff. You will not get it elsewhere. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just telling you the way it is.